How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We're about to make it work. I'm Jimmy if you're new. I'm gonna spend a Friday in the shop. Well, just a day in the shop, but it is Friday. You might be watching this any day of the week. I'm recording it on a Friday. The end of a very strange week. Every week's been strange lately the past few months, but what are you gonna do? All you do is you row your boat, you make the best of it, you do what you can to take care of customers, take care of your family, and try to keep people around you happy. This truck we think we're just getting finished up. I think he's got to do some tires now. Every time we get done with it, the customer adds in something else. It's been here like 3 weeks now, but not that we haven't finished it, just that he says, okay, do this now. Okay, do this now. Fixing it up. It's actually a pretty nice truck. Anyway, we'll see if we have to move the Corvette today if we need this lift. We got blower motor coming for the Nissan hybrid. We got tower ends coming next week for this. We got a window motor coming for that Mercedes 380. Is that an 1985? I think that car is. We haven't done much new stuff this week. I think 4 tickets I've gotten this week because I've got so many other jobs for other things. I've worked on the boss's Ferrari for half the day yesterday, 3 or 4 hours. I assumed it was low on refrigerant, so I took all those panels off and checked for refrigerant level, and they were good. Then I realized the compressor wasn't turning on. We found a blown fuse if you saw yesterday's video. Let's finish getting this place open up and see what we can do today. That's what really matters. Every day is an opportunity to do something good, help somebody out, make a good paycheck, whatever you can get done that day. Help. Fast and Furious dump truck. You could even help someone put a muffler on their dump truck. Help a little old lady across the street. Whatever it takes to make the day a good day. At the end you can look back and say it was a good day, you got stuff done. That's what really matters. Make memories with your family, things like that. Anyway, let's there you go. I don't know why that popped out of the door. Let's finish getting this place open up, learn things, have fun, be productive. Ready? Stay tuned. Oh, look at that, man. You got the matching cart now. Sweet. Oh, look at that cream puff. These Hyundais are actually pretty nice. 2021. 29,000 miles on the AC don't work. That's a shame. It's doing something, but not much. Like, it's low on refrigerant. The right side's a little cooler, but neither side is cold. This might be 60, 65 degrees, and this is 70, maybe 75. It's a little warmer. I'm gonna put the scanner on it first. Give it a love rating of 8. I mean, it's a brand new car, basically. 4 years old and 29,000 miles. Let's see if it's got any weird codes. Feels like it's low on refrigerant. Maybe something hit the condenser or something like that. We'll see. No codes. Compressor on. Evaporator's 99 degrees, it's saying, which the sensor, that's not right. It's doing something. I can feel something in there. But we're gonna have to hook up the machine, see what the pressures are doing. This thing could just have a bad compressor. That's a little early, isn't it? But that's the way things have been going lately with new cars. Quality control is not what it used to be. It's all about that profit. Yeah, that's low on Freon, refrigerant, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I'm not going to hold it against you. We got to find a leak. That's not a good thing on a basically new car. Maybe we'll lift it up and take a look from underneath. 1234 YF, of course, too. Not find any leaks. Very strange. Nothing over on the top here, nothing on the bottom, nothing in the condenser, but I did spot this piece of foam. Where do you suppose that came from? Tells me someone's been working on it or something. Maybe the car was in a collision. I don't know. I don't see any evidence of it. Usually you'll see fender bolts that look a little weird, or paint marks that are moved and things like that, but I don't know. Might have to find some more information. This refrigerant's expensive, but we may be headed towards an evac and recharge with dye and see if it comes out again pretty soon or not. The AC drain is nice. I don't see any refrigerant dye traces in that. If it is an evaporator, sometimes the sniffer will show you that. Sometimes it'll lie to you. Interesting. Let's go talk to the front desk and see. It had a little over 1/4 pound. No oil came out with it. That might mean it was refilled before. I really think someone might have worked on it. So he's checking with the customer now to see. Worst case scenario, I give them back their 1/4 pound of refrigerant and pull it out. But most of the time people went their AC to work. I had a couple cars in recent weeks that need brakes and tires and stuff, but we just did the AC. Because man, it's hot in Central Florida. We're just going to do evac and recharge and we'll be done. Hopefully there's something else to do today. It's kind of slow. Some oil changes, maybe we can do some of those. The orange guy was here, so some stuff went down. They had a deal on that new high torque 3/8 gun. 550 pounds of nut busting. Whew. That's the exact amount of nut busting I like. 550 of them. With 2 batteries, it was like $290. Seems expensive, but these batteries alone are a couple $100. So that was a good deal, I thought. So I picked it up. We'll play with it some in the shop. Gonna vacuum it down, gonna charge it up. This thing's going now. I did a leak test, passed all that stuff, but I did it. I keep doing the 134A way, and I vacuum it down, and then I went on the truck for 10 minutes, come back, that was done. Then I said, go ahead and charge it, and it does vacuum again. But now it's just gonna do it for testing again. It's what we call redundant. But I'll tell you what, it'll be vacuum leak tested for good. Ooh, this one's still sealed. The one I fondled on the tool truck was out of the box. Oh, look at that thing, huh? Similar to the one I already have, but supposedly more powerful. So I can do brakes and stuff without getting my 1/2-inch gun out. How to change modes. Oh, you put this in neutral, and then you go dink, 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 dink. Cool. Loosen, tighten, just like the other ones. I usually take these clips off of there too because I find them to be a little bit of a nuisance. It's great if you're going to hang it on the side of a box you don't care about, scratching the paint and stuff, or if you want to put it in a belt hook. But it's a torch just to take it out of there. Went from being a Snap-on fanboy to a Milwaukee fanboy. Milwaukee scissors open Milwaukee batteries. Man, I got to cut that all the way down. This packaging is serious. I think because they sell this stuff in like places like Home Depot and stuff, they don't want people stealing it. Kind of low life goes into Home Depot and steals batteries. I guess people do. Mechanics are so rich they shouldn't have to steal anything because they're stealing from everybody, right? Maybe not all mechanics. Maybe just some. I know I can't buy a lot of things at Walmart anymore because it's all locked up. So there must be mechanics everywhere stealing stuff. Comes with 2 3.0 batteries. We'll put it to good use. Maybe today, maybe not. Well, I might not have gotten to use the JC400 this time. The service manager used it. He said, can I borrow your jump box? I don't even know what for. This car's got a bad battery. He jumped it and drove it up to the shop. He said, go ahead and put the battery in for me. It's no good. Jump box fired up another one. All right, that is charged up. The making it work clock says 10:30. So it took about an hour and a half for the machine to do. It's fine. I popped the battery in a Honda too. It didn't seem like it was going to be very interesting, but I mentioned it because I'm doing a video on a little JC400 jump box. So you guys might see that video. But I didn't film putting a battery in. It's so easy. You guys all know how to do that. Not very exciting. Oh my goodness, if you could feel this AC now. Oh my goodness, Becky. It might have taken a while, but the results are worth it. Alright, I'm gonna take the machine off of this, see if there's something else to do today. Joe checked out this red truck yesterday for an oil leak. The guy's got I got a big oil leak. So he checked it out. Oil was changed at one of the quick lube style places. They do an oil change in 5 minutes or in a jiffy. and they left the oil filter loose. So I'm gonna put another oil filter on it. I'm still waiting for something to do. It's kind of slow today. New guy's using my bay. It's got 3 cars, so we'll come up with something, don't worry. I got the Corvette this week, so it looks like I'm having a great week. Now that I charge my battery up, if you want to change the settings, you put it in between, and then you go 2, 2, 2, 2. Pretty cool. If I get something to do, we'll try it out. That bay looks sad and lonely. Hey, if you bump into anything, you're all set. You already got a bumper. Quick oil change on a fairly new car. It does need some tires. Very close. See, it needs wipers too. And it needs an air filter. But the oil change part of it's done. He wants to do the wipers, the filters, and induction service. And I guess he's going to lean on Donnie's Ferrari while I do it. Interesting. I don't know what happened to my normal induction service bottle. Someone needed it more than me, I guess. So I pulled the old girl off the tool cabinet over there. This one's a little older, and you got to be really careful with the adjustability of it. You don't want to go too fast, so I'm trying to be real careful with it. You want it to take about 20 minutes or so, and this one will be done. That little white door there, that's the clips for the cabin filter, and this one clip didn't stay in the cover on the console panel, so we're going to pop that out so we can get it back in place easily. It's not as hard as it looks, just everything feels harder lately, so we'll do a little dance, make a little clip get out tonight. There it is. It's a big deal. You sing a funny song, it comes right out. Boom. This pops right back in, no big deal, no tools required. And you probably could even feed that in if you didn't have a panel clip remover tool, custom made by Amazon. Oh boy, it's about to get real up in here. Alright, let's get this thing going. Poor kid now, the kid burned himself on a Thunderbird when he popped the radiator cap off, so now everyone's got to tell him all their burn stories. I already told him mine, so I can go back to work. Luckily he's okay, just got it burned on his arm, like 2nd-degree burns, but nothing worse than a sunburn. 2-wire connector, 3 screws. This thing should be like a brand new car. We're done. Finally! And you guys do know, I already explained how the ducts were all connected, the fan was blowing when I first checked it every time I looked at it, but we got it to not blow. Put the red light on while I had all the stuff apart, hit it. Boom. Anyway, in case you didn't see the other videos. Not real hard to do once you know it doesn't work sometimes. You guys trying to take my adapters with you and stuff. Could get my new 3/8 high torque. I think that's overkill for this application. Whoa, Fast and Furious. They're out today in force, man. I don't know what it is. School bus driver just a few minutes ago, I didn't have the camera on, unfortunately. They stopped to let the kids out. Red lights are blinking. Someone went blowing past them. The school bus driver, which properly was like, "Meh," beeping the horn. They didn't care, they just kept going. People don't care like they used to. They care more about themselves, not about anybody else. They used to at least care a little bit, I thought. Maybe that was all an illusion I had in my youth. You guys tell me, do people care like they used to? Am I imagining it? I think some people care more than ever, and a lot of people don't care at all. It's kind of how I see it. You got to figure out which one's which. You can tell by what things they say, like, "Not my problem." and things like that. That is a person that doesn't care. Got all my hardware in order, especially when I'm not familiar with something very well. I try to leave everything stacked up in order. There's a 10 in the back. These are 10s with Phillips tops on them, so you can use either tool if you want. This is where those little shelves sit once the side panel's on. You guys have seen me working on this in perpetuity for about a week now, on and off. I think this is the third time I'm working on it, or fourth. Very strange scenario, but we figured out a lot and we made it right, and that's what matters the most. I am 100% positive this is fixed. I'll bet a week's pay on it. Now, I can't say if there's something else going on. Is it possible we fix one code and there's something else? It's a 150,000 mile vehicle. It's 12 years old. So you fix things and then you find out if something else is going on after. What I don't want is the P0A08 code to come back, which that code should say thermal event check cooling system for DC to DC converter. It would be way better if that's what the definition was, because that converter can set that code for an electrical wiring problem, losing voltage, losing ground, or getting hot. It's all one code. There isn't even a sub definition to the code, which is like the Prius I had a sub definition to the code, so you had a better idea to narrow the window down. The modules are so smart nowadays, there's no reason they can't at least trim down your search window so you don't have to completely redesign the vehicle and figure out how it was engineered from start to finish. Right? Enough of my explanations. Gotta get this back on. Make sure we get full cooling to this thing. I'm gonna push this plastic back on here and then stuff this foam in here so we get as much air forward as we can. Feel bad the kid burned himself and everyone's coming over with their burn stories. It's like, all right, just let them think about it, contemplate what could have happened that didn't, luckily. Seems like a good mechanic so far, really. He's probably just working in a rush, because we get rushed a little bit in this business, and that's everywhere. I've been doing this a long time. Get that side cover over here and pop this back together and see how it works. Man, they don't give you, did I mention that they don't give you a lot of slack? You gotta almost have the panel in place to get the speaker plugged in. That's pretty crazy. I never claimed to be the smartest person in the building. She's a little spunky. Gotta be careful. All right, we got some data PIDs happening. This temperature PID says clutch 2. I don't know what it's for. I brought it up just in case. Every other data PID for temperature I looked at, it never indicated it got hot. The battery temperature as well. It's 87 for the battery right now. That fan blows air through the converter and the battery to keep it cool. And the battery never gets hot, but it's probably not working as hard as a DC to DC converter, which the battery is at 14.2 about, and this was at 20 amps when I first started. It's been coming down as the battery charges. The amperage is coming down, which is normal. I'm watching the temperature. I'm listening for the fan running through the vent. I put it all together because I'm a little overconfident. I don't learn easy, so I'm just gonna let it run. We're gonna see when that fan comes on. We're gonna see what the temperatures do, make sure we don't get a battery light again. We've been down this road. The last time after it ran, the battery light came on. I cleared the code and came back here, the fan wasn't running. And I hit it and the fan turned on, if you didn't see that video on this car earlier. So as soon as I hit it, boo, the fan turned on, and then the battery light never came on again. And then we pulled the fan motor out, and there's tons of carbon from the brushes and all, so it was wore out. In any event, that new fan is like $500 from Nissan. Good job, guys. And we learned a lot, and we've got this thing licked now. I told you, I bet a week's paycheck. Who wants to take a bet? Oh, it'll be too late already by the time the video comes out, because I could edit all of it out if I wanted, right? But that's not how anyone learns anything. My hardship hopefully will save somebody else some time. Because when the same fan keeps the battery and the converter cool and the battery never gets hot, you know, then now I realize, of course, that what was happening is it would take a certain amount of time. That converter would heat up. It's basically an alternator. It would heat up. It needs to dissipate the heat. If the fan don't work, it gets hot before the battery. So we're all learning about hybrids. I know enough about them to get by, and we proved that. So hopefully we got by, and we won't see this car again until it's something else. We'll come back if anything more comes of it, though. I'm going to be on vacation next week too, so there's that. So we got a little more time left in the day. We'll see if we can get something else done. I'm going to let this run the whole rest of the day. We got a high-performance Camaro with a high-performance V6, and air conditioning's not working. Let's take a look. The odometer says 37,000 miles. It might be accurate too. The seats are in decent shape for a GM, so it's probably 37,000 miles. It's like a 2014 or something, I'm not sure. 2015. Oop, dinosaur. Uh-oh, he's fast too. Look, moves way faster than the T-Rexes I used to know. Uh-oh. Got no refrigerant in it. I don't want to take a snapshot. I'm gonna see how much is in it, pull it out. I'm gonna guess a tenth or two. What do you see? What do you think? I see oil everywhere here, but it looks like people are just doing sloppy oil changes. None of it is dye. Everything's wet. Usually you see wetness and dye. See one or the other. Something's odd. So this thing looks like it hasn't had an oil change in a day or two. And we're gonna see if we can find some dye. See if the system will work with refrigerant in it. And we'll go from there. I don't want to sound like a negative Nelly, but I'm not seeing any leaks. Usually I need to see the evaporator if you don't see any leaks. And to do these evaporators, you got to pull the windshield out. Let's get the sniffer and see, but I'm going to finish the DVI first. Yeah, this thing had some pressure, but it had no refrigerant. It was like 0.07 pounds. I can't even really test the evaporator without doing evac and recharge. So we can do an evac and recharge, test the evaporator. If it is leaking, pull the refrigerant back out. Or if it's leaking too slow to pick up, or at the customer's discretion, see how long it'll last. Man, you neglect her just a few weeks and she lets you know how angry she is. So much for Port 15 being weatherproof. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust when it comes to masking tape. That's nice. Fans are working. The Ace's kill shot's working good. Got to resand some of that stuff. I think it's sat out there for a month now without touching it. I put a 160 thermostat in it and lowered the fan on temp because my temperature was getting up to 210, 215 when I drove it with my wife last time. It's probably way too loud. All right, guys, got the project truck ready to go on Sunday. I might work on it a little bit. She's been neglected. There's been so much going on. I really haven't felt like working on it. It's been super hot, all that stuff. But we're probably going to play with it Sunday. We'll see if we make a little more video content for it. So since I'll be on vacation next week, I'll have something to upload for the week after, because next week will be this week's videos. And the week after next week, I won't have anything to upload, but I've got a few videos, some videos I think you'll like coming up. So thanks for watching today, guys. Thanks for watching all week. I hope you've seen them all. Really appreciate the support. It's been great. I'm looking forward to it. Get a fresh new start when we fire up day in the shop videos again. We'll be at 778. So Things will be really good. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys will be there. Hope you torque the like button before you head out. Subscribe if you're new. Don't forget I got the Amazon store. I got new items in the Sticker Mule store. Links in the description below. But more than anything, more than any of that, just leaving a comment really helps. And I hope I see you in the next video, because you're awesome. Holy moly, Alex. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Right angle grinder, 3/8 impact, Milwaukee. And $25 worth of Duncan. I just got home from work Friday night after a pretty frustrating week. You guys are awesome, man. It's Alex. I can't tell you how much it means to know that there's that kind of support out there for what I'm doing. I'm getting ready to take my wife out to dinner, but I wanted to add this to the Friday's video just to say you're awesome. And I mean it. I hope I see you in another video.